Hey everyone, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your Posture Reset yoga class. Before we get into our practice, I just want to remind you that there's no such thing as perfect posture, but in general, when we spend a lot of time in a forward rounded position, especially if we tend to kind of fall into this position when we're, say, like working at our computer, being in this position for a while is not ideal for the body. So we will be working on reversing this and getting into that nice upright posture today. So hopefully after this class, you'll feel like you could stand a little taller and that your postural muscles are firing a little better. No props are needed for today. If you have a wall space, that's great, totally optional. It's just gonna be for one exercise. You could do it without the wall as well. And last thing before we get into the practice, just a reminder that I do have a Patreon where you could access more yoga flows and longer yoga flows. So if you're interested in that, I will link that in the description down below. Okay, so for our practice today, we're gonna start lying down on our back. So go ahead and meet me there. Okay, so lying on your back, let's have the knees bent, feet planted on the floor. And just give yourself that moment to really rest on the earth here. It sometimes feels really nice to lay on the ground, especially after you've been working at a computer for a while. It's a nice little actually reset where you don't have to do much. But let's really keep it open. So maybe tuck the shoulders underneath you a little more and then relax back down. And just take a moment to connect with the breath flowing in and out the nose. And this is going to be a general class today, like most of my classes here on YouTube, but just a reminder, if you do have any injuries or conditions that limit how you should move, please modify as needed. And if a pose isn't right for you, you could always hold off on it. Sit in easy pose, so cross-leg position with the spine nice and tall. And then you could rest there and join back in when you're ready. Everyone go ahead, straighten out through the legs. For the first posture, you're gonna cross your right leg over your left, okay? Reach the arms up, hold on to the right wrist with the left hand. Reach up through the fingertips, extend through the feet, growing tall through the body. If you wanna bring the upper body a little bit over to the left to get more of a stretch into the side body, you can, but just a little bit. The point here is really to find that length. One more breath. Come back through center. Switch the legs, so left leg crosses over right. You're holding left wrist with the right hand. Everyone first is gonna just reach up nice and tall. And then if you want to bring the upper body a little over to the right, you could take that option. Make sure the whole body is relaxed on the ground. And breathe. One more breath. Come back through to center. Uncross the legs, release the hands, point through the toes, reach through the fingertips. And then bend through the knees, release the hands down, roll to your side, make your way up to seated. And you're gonna make your way actually all the way to all fours. So hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, keep a slight bend in the elbows. The spine is straight and you're gonna feel the abdominal muscles tightening in a little bit, pulling the abs in toward the spine. Make sure you're breathing. And then you're gonna reach the left arm forward, right leg back. Okay, keep the toes pointing down on the right foot. Breathing here. Make sure that spine stays straight. We're really firing up through these stabilizing muscles. Drop it down, switch sides, right hand forward, left leg back. Core is engaged. Right shoulder pulling down away from your ear. And place it down. We're going to do two more each side. So left arm, right leg. Hold and breathe. Keep a slight bend in the right elbow. That's on the hand that's on the ground. Lower it down. Switch right hand, left leg. Lower, switch, left hand, right leg. And lower down, right hand, left leg, last one. Keep breathing, don't let the hips shift. And then drop it down. Okay, from here, step the hands further forward, a nice good step forward. You're gonna sit back into Anahata Asana. So the forehead's gonna go to the ground, the hips stay high, and you're melting the chest, the heart toward the ground, letting it relax. But stay strong in the core by gently pulling the abs up and in so you don't collapse into the low back. Breathing here. Let's take 3 more breaths. Last breath. And come back through all fours. Lower yourself to your belly and do that by keeping the elbows nice and close to the body as you bend through the elbows, lowering down. Once you're there, the hands are going to be under the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back and start to lift the chest. The neck stays in neutral and your hands are just little placeholders here. So you're in low cobra, bhujangasana. Okay, so the hands aren't really doing anything. It's the back muscles holding you up here. Keep squeezing the shoulders down and back. Legs are relaxed, firing up through those postural muscles through the back. One more breath. Lower down. Press back to all fours. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Coming back into downward facing dog. Let's take a nice deep bend in the knees. Press between index finger and thumb. And really finding length in the spine here. So the hips are straight up to the sky. Upper body is strong. It's kind of like your armpits are wrapping in toward your ears. So you don't want the arms flaring out. You're pulling them in. Keep a little bend in the elbows. 2 more breaths. Okay, lift the heels, keeping the spine long. Walk the feet up toward the hands. And then coming up to standing, rolling yourself up, feeling yourself stacking each vertebrae. So slowly stacking, head and neck come up, feeling this alignment. Okay, slight bend in the knees, hands facing forward, mountain pose. You could stay here, or this will be the time where we'll move over to the wall space. But if you don't have any open wall space, no problem. Okay, so if you have a wall space, you're gonna bring the feet slightly forward, slight bend in the knees. Feet are hip width apart. Okay, and bring those shoulders back toward the wall, the head's on the wall. Okay, hands down at your sides, and you have a slight space between your low back and the wall. If you don't have the wall, just standing in mountain pose, slight bend in the knees. Okay, you're gonna bring the hands up into goalpost cactus arms. Okay, the backs of the hands are on the wall, and you're gonna feel the chest wants to pop open. Just soften it slightly. Keep that slight space between the low back and the wall. You could do this arm position again in mountain pose. Everyone at the wall or off the wall, just remember to keep that slight bend in the knees throughout this exercise. Okay, then you're gonna start to slide the hands up just a little bit and then drop them back down, just slightly lower than shoulder height. Keep the breath flowing. Slide the hands up and then back down, slightly lower than shoulder height. Then one more slide up. As you're moving, the arms and the upper back should stay on the wall. You just have that slight space between the low back and the wall. And then come back down, take one more breath. And then release the hands down. And come away from the wall, make your way back toward your mat. Okay, so back at the top of the mat, feet start together, slight bend in the knees. Okay, hands in prayer. You're gonna pull the left knee up and in, the hands drop down, palms come down so the palms are facing backward. Okay, trying to keep the spine super tall here. Okay, so we're not leaning backward, we're not hunching forward. The shoulder blades have this gentle little squeeze back, pulling that left knee in toward the chest. Keep a slight bend in the right knee, breathe. Hands come to prayer, lower left foot down. Right knee hugs up and in. Keep a slight bend in the left knee. Again, trying to find that nice postural alignment even as we're moving the leg. 2 breaths. And then place the foot down. Reach the arms up, nice and long. Fold forward and step back into down dog. Just 1 breath in down dog. Then bring the left foot to the center line. Hug the right knee in and plant the right foot between your hands. Keep the back heel lifted, lift up, crescent. And then let the arms come down, interlace the hands behind you, straighten the elbows, broaden through the chest. And breathe. Two more breaths. Okay, release. Plant left hand down next to the right foot or a few inches away. Reach the right arm up so you're in a twist. Keep that left shoulder down away from the ear. You could stay here or you could bend the right elbow, okay, into like a little cactus arm on the right. The abs are pulling in. Breathe and find length in the spine as you're twisting. Keep a slight bend in the left elbow. Good. Bring the right hand down. We're coming up to warrior 2. So you're going to plant the left heel down, pivot it around, lift up, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe. Find that length again, torso stacking over the pelvis. Straighten through the right leg. Reach long through the right fingertips, coming to triangle Trikonasana. So the right hand can go to the thigh, it can go to the shin, or you could place it down on the ground on the inside portion of the right leg. Your right knee can be straight here. And what you're trying to think about is like you were between 2 panes of glass. So a lot of times the butt sticks out backward. Really pull your hips underneath you. And breathe. Remembering to soften the shoulders away from the ears. 1 more breath. Okay, bending the right knee as the hands come down to border the right foot. You pivot so you're in runner's lunge. Step it back, down dog. Just for a transition, right foot to center line, left steps between the hands, lift up, crescent. Right away, hands come behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the elbows straight, broadening through the chest. And breathe. One more breath. Release the hands. Right hand comes to the inner portion of the left foot. Left arm reaches, twist. Again, find length as you twist. Then option to bend the left elbow into a little cactus arm. Keep a little bend in the right elbow so the hand that's on the ground, we don't want to lock out that elbow. 2 breaths. Keep finding that length as you twist. Hand's going to come down. Plant the right foot down, pivot it, come up, warrior 2. Torso stacks over pelvis. Feel yourself growing tall all the way up the spine. Keep that left knee in line with the left ankle. Don't let it collapse inward. Then straighten the left knee. Reach through the left hand for triangle, your triangle. So hand to thigh, to shin, or to the floor. Just don't put it on your knee joint. And choose a variation where you can keep this form where you're really keeping the hips pulling under beneath you. 3 breaths. Okay, hands come down. Pivot, so you're in runner's lunge. Step it back, downward facing dog. Breathe. And then coming forward to plank. Either drop the knees and lower to the belly, or keeping the elbows close in, lowering all the way to the ground. Propping up on the forearms for Sphinx. You're gonna let the lower body stay relaxed, so the heels come out to the sides. Press down into the elbows and feel the elbows pulling gently toward the body, opening through the chest, gazes forward. 2 breaths. Relax down. One hand on top of the other, rest the forehead down, and just let everything relax for a moment. So letting the back muscles relax, abdominals relax, feeling yourself relaxing on the ground. Either come up to Sphinx again or take a high cobra. For high cobra, the hands will go under shoulders. Keep the elbows close to the body. Press into the hands. Lift the upper body up. Keep the shoulders pulling down away from the ears, lower body relaxed. 2 breaths. Keep a slight bend in the elbows. Float down. Press back to all fours, toes together, knees come out wide. Wide like child's pose, hands come forward, forehead rests down. Okay. In your child's pose, so the hips sit back toward the heels. Really reach the hands forward to find some extra length, but then pull the shoulders down away from the ears. 3 breaths. And then walk yourself up. Bring the knees together. You could sit in kneeling if an easy pose is more comfortable. You could take that as well. Okay, we're gonna take a little shoulder stretch here. So the left arm will reach up. You're gonna bend the elbow. The right hand's coming behind you, okay? If you can get the clasp, you'll try to clasp the hands together. So the back of the right hand is resting on your back. Maybe you only can get it to the low back, that's fine. Just work on this sitting up tall. If you can clasp the hands together, you could get that shoulder stretch. But no matter what position you're in, that chest is gonna wanna pop forward, okay? I want you to soften the chest a little bit so the spine is more in that straight position. So we did do a little extra opening where we opened through the chest to kind of stretch those muscles that get tight when we're forward. But it's a good reminder that you can overdo your posture. So a lot of times we think of bad posture as being in this forward slump position. But if you stood all day, you know, squeezing the shoulder blades together, popping the chest open, that would overdo it in the other way. So we're trying to find that neutral position here in this pose. Breathe. And then release. And we'll switch sides. So the right arm reaches, bend the right elbow, and the hand can kind of rest on the back of the neck. Don't put any pressure there though. The left hand comes behind you with the back of the hand on the back, wherever you can get it. If you can get the clasp of the hands, go for it. And everyone's sitting up tall, and if you feel that chest popping forward, just soften through the chest a little bit. And breathe. And I'll show you the position of the hands so you can see. So you might be here, that's okay. 2 more breaths. And then slowly release the hands, coming out, back. So you're sitting on your glutes, sit bones. Feet are gonna come out in front of you. We're gonna do a figure 4 stretch here. So the hands are gonna come behind you on fingertips, grow tall through the spine. Okay, you're gonna cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So the straighter you get the left knee, the less intense this will be on the hip. So if you need more sensation, you bring the left foot in closer and you'll get a deeper figure 4. But I want you to keep tall posture as you're here. Don't slump backward. Keep it up, nice and tall. Flex that right foot. Breathe. And then release. Right foot comes down, left crosses over. So the left ankle is on the right thigh, left foot is flexed. So if you need more space in the hips to sit up tall, shimmy that right foot further away. If you want more sensation in the left hip, bring the foot in closer. And breathe. One more breath. And then release the feet. Come forward right into a bound angle, Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together. And make sure the sit bones feel nice and even on the ground. And we're gonna work on, we're not gonna fold forward since this is our postural class. We're gonna stay sitting up nice and tall. Okay, so you could either hold the ankles, grow tall through the spine, or if you wanna interlace the fingers, hook them around the feet. You could use that, and you kind of use that counter pressure of the hands and the feet to grow up tall through the spine. You do need a little more hip mobility for this variation, so if you feel like you can't get tall through the spine here, because you do have to bring the feet a little closer, I mean, it depends on your anatomy. Anyway, what I'm saying is I want your spine tall, so take whatever variation allows you to do that. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Okay, and then release. Everyone bring the hands behind you. As you shift out, come to a cross-leg position. All right, and let's just take a moment here. Instead of doing Shavasana today, we're gonna sit in a little brief meditation to close our practice and, bring our awareness within, seal it in, but also to work on those postural muscles while we sit here. So allow the backs of the hands to rest on the thighs. And you could do backs of the hands on the thighs, or you could kind of straighten out through the elbows a little more. And I kind of let my hands wrists rest on my knees. That helps me sit up tall. So play with that, see what feels good. Close your eyes. Feel the sit bones connecting to the earth, grounding down. Growing tall through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Any muscles you don't need to use to hold you up, they can relax. And just feeling this alignment here as the sit bones ground down, so that connection of the lower body to the earth, growing up tall through the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. Settling in here, connecting with your breath. 5 breaths here. And then just bring the hands into prayer at the center of the heart. And we'll close our practice with a breath together. A nice deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Allow the breath to return to a comfortable pace. Release the hands down and blink the eyes back open to the world around you. Thank you so much for practicing with me here today. I think Tyson's snoring, so hopefully you guys didn't hear that. And just one last reminder, on my Patreon, you do get a new 50 to 60 minute long yoga practice every month. And when you're a member, you also get access to all previous practices. So if you're interested in that, that'll be linked down below. But thank you for being here. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Namaste.